Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Taurus today. So this is going to be the Earth signs, the last round in the Chariot series. I'm doing a Chariot card reading in honor of Cancer season. And we're going to look into where you're headed, what is your strength, what is protecting you, what are some of the past influences that are pushing you forward, and what's preceding you, like how are you showing up, and the two sphinxes, what's pulling you forward, what are your future intentions, how are these two energies in or out of balance. We could even talk more about how to put those things in balance if they're if they're energies that are opposing to one another. Okay. So first I'll cleanse the space and the cards. Okay. And myself. All right. So keep in mind that these are general readings, okay? And they may not resonate for all of you, but if they do, then please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Do all the YouTubey things to help the channel grow. That really helps me out, and it helps me know that people are watching and that they appreciate the work that I'm doing and the energy that I'm putting out there. Okay. Okay. Oh, and if the reading does not resonate, go ahead and check your other zodiacal placements. And always like the video, no matter what, because then it puts the message out there for somebody else to hear it. Helps the circulation. All right. So this message is for Taurus. Okay. Okay. Calling on Spirit to request respectfully and graciously, with so much gratitude, a message for Taurus at this time for their greatest and highest good. What does Taurus need to know right now in their forward movement? This is for Taurus. Okay, in the bottom of the deck energy, we have the Death card, all right? So there's some major irrevocable transformation and changes happening in your life right now, Taurus, or around you, like it may or may not be happening to you and to your life, but it could be happening around you, to people that you know, and it is impacting you on some level, okay? So there is some deep change happening right now, okay? So in your strength, we have the King of Wands. Beautiful, excellent energy to have as a strength, because, that tells me that in your forward movement that you're doing it with like a lot of leadership, a lot of focus, dedication. There could even be an element of real confidence in how you're moving forward. So your confidence and your self-assuredness is really a good strength for you right now. Okay. Now what is protecting you is the Nine of Swords. That's really interesting because that is a card of a lot of worry, stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. My guess is that anybody around you doesn't see that. I haven't even gotten to the crest card yet, which is what are people seeing? What are you putting out there? How are you presenting? Haven't even looked at it. Don't even know what it is. Okay. But given that the King of Wands is in your strength and then the Nine of Swords is protecting you, I feel as though those energies are somehow working together, that you are not telling anybody about your inner world and what is happening with you right now. Okay. So we'll get into that more as we go. Now, the two past energies that are propelling you forward, we have the Four of Wands and the Star. You have a lot of hope for stability. I'm not entirely sure if this is bringing stability back into your world, back into your life, or if this is something that you just lost. Okay, but these past influences of hope and change, transformation and stability, and like a wish fulfillment, your heart's desire, that's what's propelling you forward from the past influences. So this is something that has that speaks to your experience of your stability already. Okay. Now, how are you showing up? What are you projecting? What do people see when they see you coming? And it's the Ten of Swords. So that would be completely in alignment with what is protecting you right now. Perhaps whatever happened to bring on this Nine of Swords energy, as far as how your protection goes, you could be protecting yourself, like with that. So for instance, like, I got too much on my plate right now. I'm far too stressed out right now to engage, and letting people know that, like, I just went through a huge ending here, death by 1,000 cuts. So I am really in it. And so that is what is protecting me. People know it. I'm telling people. I'm trying to remain strong. I'm trying to call on my inner King of Wands energy. So it would appear that you are being transparent about that. Okay. So I think that is what is protecting you. The way the Nine of Swords is working for you is, don't you know I'm already going through it? No, I can't help you move. I can't help you do things right now. I got to take care of myself. Is how that's speaking to me. Okay, so your two sphinxes, these forward pulling energies, this forward movement, where are you headed? Are they in balance, out of balance? Let's see. Ace of Wands, new opportunity. Okay, fast moving opportunity, and the Devil. Okay. This will be really interesting once we get into it because, and I need to pick you an outcome card too. Two of Wands. So decisions, what are you going to do? What action are you going to take? Okay. So this Chariot could be leading you the Chariot could be leading you to a place where you're going to be at a crossroads. There's a new fast moving opportunity coupled with the Devil energy. So this is an invitation for you to really look at whether or not this opportunity is something that is simply tempting. Is it in alignment with your greatest and highest good? Really, really think about whether or not this opportunity or where you are headed is something that has been habitual, or something that has been in the service of any kind of codependency, or in the service of any kind of dynamic that has kept you stuck in the past. And as I said that, what came to me is, there could have been stability and hope and healing, or a hope for healing in the past. Okay? And now the forward movement says, okay, well, yes, let's keep the hope alive by continuing to work on the stability here, but that's coupled with this knowledge and an invitation to recognize where the unhealthy dynamics are. This could be anything that is hindering your growth, okay? And hindering your evolution. So this could be any kind of codependency, whether it be with a person, with a substance, with an activity, any kind of addiction. It could even be addicted to feeling a particular way about yourself or other people. And it can also be just something that has this essence of keeping you stuck and has short-term symptom relief and like short-term rewards, right? It could be something that makes you feel really good for a little bit of the time, but then later on it's like miserable. Okay, so let's look into this stuff. Let's look into this. Okay. So I want to look into the Nine of Swords first. I'm going to leave the King of Wands as a standalone, because for that energy to be in your strength position, it's in this deck, it's almost like double the strength because we see how it's represented by a lion. Wands are fire and, lion is Leo. And so you could be connecting with a Leo at this time. You may have strong Leo in your chart. But I think with that being your strength, I feel like you're marching to the beat of your own drum right now. Trying to be a leader, or at least, trying to hang on to this confidence. Trying to have confidence in this situation, whatever it is. And I feel like the Taurus readings have had I feel like you guys have been going through it lately as a collective, because this is like the third reading I've done where I feel like there's something going on, like so much so that I ended up texting one of my old friends who is a Taurus, and I was just like, are things going okay? Like, I haven't talked to her in a good long while, and I texted her, I'm like, how are things going? Because it's just something that I've been feeling with the Taurian collective, and I haven't heard from her, so and that might tell me that she may not be doing well, because she's one to really hold it close to the vest, But either way, I'll try to check back in with her again. But let's look into this Nine of Swords. Six of Swords, Hierophant, Ten of Cups. Okay, so this tells me that in the context of your commitment, in the context of, I'm going to say your relationship, your primary committed relationship, this could very well be with another person. This could be with yourself and your higher power and your higher knowing. It could be with a mentor or a guru, but there is a significant connection here, okay? And you've been worried about the Nine of Swords. This is clarifying the Nine of Swords. You've been worried about the health and happiness of this connection. Another way that I can read this is that you're moving away from any kind of drama and stress, or at least you're trying to right now. And you very well could be consulting somebody, consulting like a therapist, a pastor, a mentor, somebody who you really trust, that you feel has the higher knowledge, or, you know, really has a good head on their shoulders when it comes to these difficult life situations. And the way that these cards are laid out, I get the sense that you're wanting to get back to a sense of the Ten of Cups. Because with the stress here, the moving away here, it's moving this way towards the consultant, towards the Ten of Cups. And I feel like with this, with the hope and the stability in your past energies here, that you're wanting to go back to a time when everything was stable and good, and it was wish fulfillment, and it was happiness, community, and all the things. So it's hard to know what exactly happened. But let's look into the Four of Wands. Maybe that'll give us more more information about what is up around your stability at this time. Four of Wands. Four of Wands. Knight of Cups, the Sun, and the Star. Again, you have the Star here twice. So the Star really does speak to hope and healing and wish fulfillment, and it could also feel like something out of reach. Okay? Now, with the Four of Wands being clarified by the Knight of Cups and the Sun and the Star, it's really interesting. I think I got those same three cards came out for another sign. Not today, but before. So I think that you are trying to restore balance here. You are trying to make things good again. And with the Knight of Cups energy, it's like you're showing up with, with like love and devotion. You want to offer your cup. And being in the Knight energy, I get the sense that, you know, you don't know whether or not your cup is going to be accepted. There's a lot of hope for that. And this could either be you or could be another person wanting to offer their cup to you too. And I feel like whether it's you or somebody else, that this is a relationship that it had some kind of impact with some kind of drama, some conflict, something. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Something. And someone, this Knight of Cups is a repair bid. It's a repair bid. Either you or somebody else has offered a repair bid in the past, and it was very much tied to the hope that things could get back on track and get back to the Ten of Cups energy. Because, you know, at one point there was a lot of beautiful warmth, vibrant energy. Things were growing. Things were like the happiest that they could be. And there's a lot of intention to get back there, to get back to that place, to get back to that Ten of Cups. Okay, This definitely gives us some more information. Now the star in the past energy as well is clarified by the Devil, the Two of Swords, and the Four of Cups. There is a lot of hope here, right? And I feel like the Devil, the some sort of dynamic, as I explained earlier, because you have the Devil here twice. The Devil coupled with stalemate energy, and also like a general overall feeling of like melancholy, dissatisfaction, rejection, just, the other thing that the Four of Cups speaks to is that stagnancy. Like there's such a stability in the cups. Like, okay, this emotional experience has been so stable because fours count for stability, right? But when it comes to the cups, it's that like, it's been this ho-hum for so long that it can speak to a sense of boredom, a sense of stagnancy, emotional stagnation. So much so that like, the Hand of Fate is offering another cup here, right? And it's not being rejected, it's not being accepted, it's being rejected. And if anything, it might not even be noticed, right? And so that's really interesting that that's on this side, and then on the end, and then on this side we have that on the very end. And when I have it down on the table here, the Knight is moving this way. And I have the Four of Cups here, the hand is offering it from this direction. So it's like whatever cup that's being offered right now by this Knight of Cups is like not, I don't get the sense that it's not being accepted. Or if it is being considered, that's a possibility too, because with the Two of Swords here, this is a stalemate energy. There's a decision to be made. Somebody here is of two minds about this situation, right? Yes, there was a lot of love, a lot of rainbows and sunshine and stability and la-di-da, but there's also drama, worry, strife, and there's also some sense of toxicity. So, you listening to this, if this is resonating, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about here. And I think that with this clarifying the star, that there was a hope that this toxic shit would end someday, that something would shift, that something would get better. Because it was great. It was beautiful. And, with the Ten of Swords, that's death by 1,000 cuts. I mean, it's kind of like an ending that had been a long time coming, like when you notice that the same knives just keep being driven in, it's just like, ugh, no. Yeah, so this is what I'm seeing. Let's look at the Ten of Swords here. And to be fair, I feel like this theme is really a commonality for the collective right now. Like things are really, really shifting in a major way. I'm not an astrologer at all, but I do listen to other astrologers, and I kind of get I get an idea of like different things that are happening in the cosmos. And, right now we're going through a big shift where like the north and south nodes are moving into the next sign. And the north node is going to be in Aries, and the south node is going to be in Libra. And the last time that this was the case was back in 2004. At this time in at this time back in 2004. And, I suggest going over and listening to Lori Lothian. She's amazing. She's the gal that I listen to. Her name's Lori Lothian, and her channel's called Lunatic Astrology. She talks about all this stuff. Okay, Ten of Swords. Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords. So yeah, you're going to have to face the truth about the situation, because with the Two of Pentacles, there's also that dualistic energy. You know, you could be juggling a lot of things, but it's kind of like, you know, which thing are you going to let drop, you know? And whenever I see the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles in the same reading, it's like there is a full-on, like, there is ambivalence, but it's like it's going back and forth, like, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? And then you also have the Two of Wands. So then in the finish, it's like you're finally getting to a, well, maybe not finally, you could have been feeling as though you've been in this space for quite some time, but by the finish, you're in action mode, you know? What am I going to be moving forward with? What action am I going to take? In the traditional Rider-Waite, one wand is bolted to a wall. So that's staying put. That wand is being left behind. Okay? And then the figure in the card has one wand in their hand and then the world in the other. And they're about to strike out because they've made their decision, right? So in the finish, you will have made your decision. You won't be in stalemate energy. You won't be in juggling energy. And what this Ten of Swords, the clarification for the Ten of Swords right here, this is telling, or this is an invitation for you to face the truth, the revelation of the situation. The truth of the matter is that you're heartbroken. Something was death by 1,000 cuts here, and this is enough. It's enough. Enough. You recognize some sort of toxic dynamic that had brought in a lot of drama, a lot of worry. It really, you know, and was really something that would impede the good stuff. It's like things would be good, and then this toxic dynamic, you know, whatever it is, would rear its ugly head again, and then there you go. There you go. And then you have the Knight of Cups coming back in to try to make everything better. It's like they're promising you the sun and the star, right? And that has been what has been at the core of the stability. That can make the Four of Wands, that can be the stability of the home. It's like something that is stable is something that is unstable. That's the thing you can count on, right? Is that some sort of cycle goes around and around to where it's like something rears its ugly head, then there's a blowout, and then here comes the Knight of Cups again, and then we have the honeymoon period, and it just goes around and around like that. And the way that I'm seeing this, and with the Death at the bottom of the deck to begin with, that this pain and anguish and cycle and, you know, overall, you know, bullshit kind of toxic energy that continues to come around is finally outweighing the Sun times and the Ten of Cups times. And with your strength being the King of Wands, that's forward moving energy. That is forward moving energy, that you are doing it. But yeah, that's been a part of the stability, is that that's something that you can count on, is that this cycle can continue to go around. And here's this Knight of Cups offering their cup again, and you're like, no, I'm not going to accept this cup again, because I know what happens. I have been in two minds about this. I see both things. I see both aspects of this dynamic, and I know that it's toxic. And do I have hope that it would change one day? Absolutely, but I've been hoping for a really long time. And nothing's changing. And in your forward movement energy, with the devil, it's like, I feel like that's what's pulling you forward, that's what's pulling you away, that you are keeping that in the back of your mind, like, because the thing is that it's very, very easy, okay? It's very, very easy for folks to continue to accept an apology, to continue to accept an offer that's so lovey-dovey and like it's so hard to resist, because it promises all these things. It promises you the world. I mean, it promises you the sun and the star. Like, it's beautiful. But ultimately, you know where it's headed. You know that it's short-lived. And I think that with the devil in your pulling forward energy, that's something you're going to have to remind yourself of over and over, like, no, I'm moving forward because I know that this is not, like, that this is a part of this dynamic. I know that the devil energy, the toxicity is here. I know that there's a pattern here that's not healthy for me. Oh, man. Okay, so what's this opportunity? What's this Ace of Wands? And I will say that with an Ace of Wands, it's a fast-moving opportunity. It can also be something where you feel pressured to, oh, you got to do it, like act now while supplies last, kind of feeling. The other thing that is also a part of that energy is that, let's say, because with the Two of Wands here, how I explained that the one is staying home or staying behind and the other is going forward and the person has the world, la-di-da. That's cool, because with that, then you have your ace in hand as you move forward, and that's part of your outcome energy. Okay? So we'll look into the ace. The other piece about it that I was going to say is that aces are always, especially with wands, tied to identity. Wands are action and identity, okay? And so with the Ace of Wands being in your forward movement, Sphinx Chariot position, that is saying that you are striking out anew and taking action, initiating action that is going to contribute to your overall identity, like a new cycle of identity building for yourself, because you are at the ace. You're starting at the ace. Come on. Do. All right, let's do this. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Five of Cups. King of Cups. Six of Cups. This is really hard. This is really hard to let go. So this connection that you have is a soul bond. It's like a, when it's in its really good spot with the Ten of Cups and the sun and the star, that's when you feel like you're like, oh, this is my soulmate, because you have a very long history with this person. You have a lot of memories, okay? And a lot of times when I see in a reading the devil pop up next to or in context with the Six of Cups, that can tell me that it could possibly be a trauma bond, that you are actually playing out a dynamic that's an echo of a primary wound. And that could be true for some of you, not all of you, but that's a potential here that I'm seeing. But with the Ace of Wands in your forward movement position, I see you as being the person, being the King of Cups. You're taking like a very mature stance with this. You have a lot of feelings about it, and you have a lot of love and compassion for the situation. I think you also have in your forward movement something that's driving you forward, pulling you forward is a lot of love and compassion for yourself and a want for healing. This is an emotionally mature archetype, okay? And so the emotionally mature person is going to see the situation for what it is and is going to call the time of death on this and to move forward. That's the emotionally mature thing to do. In the relationship with this person, with this Six of Cups, does it make you sad? Absolutely. This is deep, deep, deep grieving here. But what this is saying is that ultimately you can have grief, deep, deep grief at the loss of this, soul bond, which at one point, more times than not, made you feel like the sun, the stars, and the Ten of Cups all day. But something came in here that was toxic and made it not so. And the thing is that emotional maturity, making the decisions that are for our greatest and highest good and for the greatest and highest good of anybody else that is affected by whatever situation it is. It takes a lot of emotional maturity to make those big decisions when we know that it's going to lead us to this place. When you're walking into the fire, when you're walking right towards the pain, you're like, I know this is going to hurt like hell, but ultimately it has to happen because I can't be in this space. I can't occupy this dynamic any longer with this Ten of Swords here in my back. This keeps happening over and over and over again. Keeps happening over and over. The Ten of Swords, death by 1,000 cuts. That's what that is. This is a really hard decision, but you know what? I see you taking the emotional high road completely, and you are so fully aware that this is what is required, for your health and wellness and your survival. Okay, so the devil energy is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So you've thought long and hard about this. You've even been putting in, whether this... Okay, so you could be, if this is you, and you're recognizing... Because we co-create our experiences with other people all the time, okay? And so when there's a toxic dynamic or some sort of something, it's called a feedback loop, okay? And whatever role we occupy it. Like there is something to be owned and something to take responsibility for, even if we are in the space of having been on the losing end of this dynamic for quite some time, okay? And that's not blaming you or anybody. It's just how it is. It's just a fact, okay? And I feel like you have been working really hard on your end of the bargain, and you've been really sitting with this so much. There's so much thought has been put into this, so much so that at times you have felt quite trapped by it. But the thing is that you're trying to heal in between this work and in between this kind of stuck overthinking experience. It's like you can't really think about anything else. You know, ultimately you're working towards your healing. You know that this is the best decision for you. You know that it's the right decision, even though it's going to hurt very badly. But the thing is that you've already been hurting. You've already been hurting. A lot of worry, heartbreak in the Ten of Swords, the death. Gosh. You know, I will say what's really cool about what I'm seeing right here on the table is that you have the King of Wands here in your strength, and then you have the Two of Wands here in your outcome on the other side, and both of them have lions. Lions. Very powerful. Very powerful. And the lion is in the strength card. This is a real testament to your strength, Taurus. And you are here. This is the Hierophant is your power card. That's your major arcana. You know, so I feel like you are in your movement away with the Six of Swords here, with your departure away from this Nine of Swords, like being stuck in this like grinding stress and everything, that you're getting back to yourself. You're consulting your spirituality, like the meaning that you make of your life and your own like inner moral compass is what's leading you, what's guiding you. Like I said earlier, you can also have trusted advisors, whatever form that they come in, that you are working with right now through this situation. But ultimately, what I see here is someone who is moving forward and is very well aware of the pain and anguish and repetitive cycles that have been taking place. You know, very much aware of the dynamic that continues to happen, what has posed as the stability here, and that ultimately you're making a decision that is going to benefit you and you know, despite how much it hurts. You're doing the emotionally mature thing here, and that takes a lot. That's hard work to make a decision, to walk right towards some sort of thing where you know on the other side of that finality is, you know, a new reality that you're going to have to spend time crying and healing and blah, 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 blah. That stuff is hard. It sucks. But the thing is you do it because you know it's in the finish, in the long game, it's better, because it's not worth this continued lived day in and day out. Ten of Swords, you know, one sword going in your back, one right after the other with every cycle. Okay, let's look at the Two of Wands. The Fool, brand new journey. Seven of Pentacles and Eight of Cups. Boom. You're walking away, rebuilding your life. Walking away, starting a brand new cycle. That's clarifying the Two of Wands, the choice, the decision. You're leaving one wand behind, taking the other wand with the world in your hand, and you're moving forward. Like the Fool. You're walking away and you are steadily investing in yourself. You want to see your new plan grow, and it may take a while, it may take a bit, right? And it could, you'll tweak it along the way, It's like, okay, what worked for me in the past? Does that still work now? Maybe it's been a long time since you've been single, or been a long time since you lived on your own, like whatever the case may be, but it's a work in progress, but you're continuing to invest in it because it's you. It's your path, it's your life. It's your new beginning. And with the two, and then at the bottom, what we got is the Queen of Pentacles. Self-care. Self-care all the way. Self-nurturing. And with the two Sphinxes, the way that they actually are very much in balance and in harmony with one another is that this says that you're very well aware of these dynamics. You've thought long and hard about them. You're working very hard trying to work your plan and work on yourself, right? Moving forward. And then over here, it's like, opportunity, decision, rebuilding one's own identity, and taking the emotional high road and, making a very emotionally mature decision to move forward, despite the pain that will come from it. Because look at this King of Cups. You're looking at this soul connection with a lot of love in your heart, but you're also looking at it for exactly what it is and what it's been, all the things. You're looking at it like very, with your wisdom. You're looking at it through your wisdom lens here. Taurus. This is big. This is big. This is big. Okay, so I'll go ahead. That's the message for the tarot portion. I'll pull you some oracle cards, but I know that a lot of folks like to hear the, zodiac signs that could be involved here. So you have Scorpio, Leo. I mean, it could be any sign because I think you have water and air. But strong Capricorn. And the star twice. I think that's Aquarius. Aquarius, yes. Aquarius. Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus. And then all the rest. Okay? So that's what I have for you for the tarot portion. I'm going to go ahead and pick you some other cards, some oracle cards for some messages. Okay, this is called The Language of Letting Go, and it's by Melody Beattie. She's the author who wrote that book, Codependent No More. Worldwide bestseller, from what I understand. Been that way, seminal work on relationships and boundaries and all the really gnarly, hard but healthy things. Okay. Living through problems. Today I will go on living my life and tending to my routines. I will decide as often as I need to stop obsessing about whatever is bothering me. If I don't feel like letting go of something, I will act as if I've let go of it until my feelings match my behavior. Yep, I'm going to put that over I'm going to put that over here. Okay. And then this deck is the power of surrender. There's your card. Surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So, if you pray or not, you can substitute that word for meditate, like meditation or, any kind of thing. But I feel like this is asking you to believe and trust in your spirit guides right now, and trust in yourself, and really ask your spirit guides for help around this issue. If you ask them, they will help you. Okay? That's what that's about. I'm going to put that over by the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is the person who is like, the higher power speaks through the Hierophant. Okay? Let's go ahead and get you an animal or flower. Let's go ahead and get you an animal card. Sea otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. That over here with the Two of Wands, the outcome, because I do feel like a happiness is a part of your outcome. Okay. Evening Primrose, rebirth. Evening Primrose helps you to release old wounds and feelings of rejection, self-pity, and other heart-heavy issues you may have carried from birth or early childhood. Primary wound. She allows for a sort of spiritual rebirthing or a birthing of your true self, so you can make room for more joy, fun, and playfulness in your life. Yes. Yes. I think that's really good. A rebirth happening here for you, Taurus. Okay, this was a really heavy reading, and I thank you if you're still here having listened to the whole thing, and if it resonated, I'm sending so much love and care and compassion and all of the good stuff to get you through this. And I really hope that you rely on your inner strength, and you are divinely guided here. You're absolutely divinely guided. Like, all these cards are pointing towards, the exit here. Okay. So be well, and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye.